Hey guys, so we're gonna do a fun reading today, and we're gonna see if somebody went to another tarot reader, how would the tarot reader describe you? How would a tarot reader describe you, the collective, the viewer? If someone were to for some, they would call you uncooperative, a little bit chaotic. Also, okay, uncooperative, maybe stubborn, chaotic, constantly going through changes, or maybe they would say that you yourself feels excluded and like you had to go through a lot of disruptions in life. Maybe you fell out with a lot of people, they would say. Maybe people you've known for a long time. Maybe also you can make plans through crisis, like through when you're in these like harsh times. You can, for some they'll say like maybe you'll seem like you don't know how to handle it, and for others you do handle it well. They think you're very just. They will say you're very just, especially when it comes to family life, family home, material things. They would say if you had a lot of money, you would use it justly. You would use it right. You wouldn't be selfish. Maybe it's because what you've been through, you would be a bit wise with it. You like to party, you like to celebrate. That might be an issue. Some of you guys could be potheads, alcoholics, or whatever. You have an addiction of some sort. You could like going out dancing, clubbing for some of you guys. They would describe that this habit of you, addictions, got you in a lot of bad situations where you were renewed in a way. Like you've been through a lot. Your mind could be pretty heavy. Maybe you deal with trauma. For some, you talk a lot, and others, you hold a lot of things in. I feel like you've been hurt mentally and physically, emotionally as well. You could be tough with your words, or like you try not to let others hurt you with their words. Like you've dealt with a lot, right? So you have this warrior spirit to you, or like this, maybe you're defensive. I feel like you've held your own in certain things. Excuse me. You've had to hold your own. You're pretty introspective. You know yourself pretty well. Maybe you jump around from being outgoing to just by yourself a lot. You could hike by yourself, camp by yourself, travel by yourself, just do things by yourself. Some of you guys could have gotten in a car accident. I'm hearing for some of you guys, your friends were drunk and they got in a car accident. You could have put the wrong trust in the wrong people. Or you trust, yeah. Maybe you grew up around a lot of sneaky people. Maybe you yourself could come off sneaky in a way. Like you're hiding things. People could think you're hiding things. And you kind of like, for some, like you're kind of just gone. Like some of you guys could like disappear, but before you disappear you might say something, or like after a fight you'll kind of just disappear. People have seen you grown up a lot too though, like you're always reviving in a way. Some of you guys could drink and drive. Also, I feel like people say you have a good outlook on family life if you had your own. You trust a higher justice, karma perhaps. And because of everything you've been through, you could have a steady head on your shoulder. Some of them could say you're pretty free-spirited, very passionate. You could have an interesting hobby that people talk about. Maybe you're scared of the wheel, like disruptions, because you're not used to, some of you guys could not be used to stability, so you're always like nervous that things are just constantly going to change. What else would tarot reader, you could have like insecurities. You could have insecurities with your faith or relationships or in other people. Yeah, you could have been hurt since you were even a kid, or from someone you've known since you were younger, a kid, a parent, a boss, whatever. They probably made you feel like nothing. But I feel like you get excited sometimes when you're on a new adventure, whether it's like you're taking yourself like out of bad situations. Like you reward yourself because you know like it's tough. And you know you can do something. You know when to take yourself away from bad things, bad places, bad people, bad places, and you can grow things in new locations if you need to, or in new spaces. Maybe you're very judgmental, or they would say they notice you could be very judgmental to yourself. Yeah, you could deal with a lot of anxiety. You could be stuck in your head a lot, especially when it comes to like your emotional state. You could have a side to you too that's just like you push others away when it comes again because of what you've been through. You guys could like you could get like, because of everything you've been through, maybe for some of you guys you can get catatonic at times, you know, where you're just like frozen. Like you could have like heavy dreams. I'm surprised the Nine of Swords doesn't come out, but just all the trauma that you've been through. But you still keep going though. You have this like energy to you, like when you're faced with around sneaky people, this certain energy comes over and protects you. Whether it's like your own self or the universe sends you specific energy to take care of you. You have a lot on your plate. Maybe you felt like you've always had a lot on your plate, but somehow you kept going. You never gave up. I think that's what your team admires about you. Maybe you even admire that about yourself. Maybe you don't think about it too much, but it's there. We have the Lovers here. You're very romantic. You're a hard worker. Sometimes you bite your tongue. Or sometimes you don't like hearing the truth, but you need to. Or you've been around people who don't like hearing or talking the truth. You're very magnetic. People are drawn to you. You have this energy to you. I feel like when you're not down, you are very up, very bright, shining. You think highly of yourself, but not in a bad way. You can be very emotionally intelligent as well. And you've been through a lot of changes. So that could kind of help you with just like different characters. We have Trine, the Moon. You could have Libra placements. You're very balanced. You like harmony, and you're considerate of other people's emotions. You have angelic support. They will say you do believe in it, and flow. You try to go with the flow. You don't fight the currents, or you need to, or you have to learn to. You satisfy people's emotional needs. You're very like in tune with what people truly want, what they truly want to say, what they truly want to ask for. Like you read people so good. It's like you already know what they want. Maybe you get tired of it because you wish people could read you sometimes, but you try to be upfront about what you want and what you need, because you know it's tiring reading people all the time. But also you have like, maybe you were like that in the beginning. You needed someone to read you until you learn to speak up more of what you want, what you don't want. So like you just understand all the different depths and levels where people are. You're very aware. Woo.